Vroom, 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 vroom. That's right, we're here to review Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So, let's get on with my review for The Phantom Menace. So what the Phantom Menace stars Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor, and what this film is about. It's about Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're going to this place to try and save Queen Amidala's from getting killed because the Sith is after them. And now they basically have to take her and try to protect her. So what did I think of the Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace? Okay, you probably heard this 1,000 times from other people, and you're probably going to hear it again, but this is not a good movie. This really is not a good movie. Not in the least bit. But even though there is some positives, we'll get into those. But it's still not a good movie. This had to be the most disappointing movie of all time. Think about it for a second. Think about it. This is the most disappointing film of all time. Think about it. The movie made $1 billion. It's got Star Wars in the name. And George Lucas was coming back to direct it. Tell me that is not the most disappointing film of all time. Right? And the trailer's made to be awesome. Tell me. Yeah, this is the most disappointing film of all time. I mean, I do have some positives, and I will get into those positives right now. So my positives are, I did like some characters from this movie. Liam Neeson, who plays Qui-Gon Jinn. Of course, I'm going to like Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's my favorite actor. And he is great as the Jedi Master to Obi-Wan Kenobi. I did enjoy Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn. He is great in this movie, you know. Even though the movie is not good, this is one of his best performances to me. You know, he does do a good job as Qui-Gon Jinn. Really saves this movie, if I'm going to be honest. The other character I like is, of course, Darth Maul. Darth Maul is awesome. Darth Maul is great. I love Darth Maul. He's one of the best Star Wars villains to me. He really is. He's just great. I love Darth Maul. Of course, the lightsaber. Awesome. The lightsaber definitely is great. As a nostalgia critic likes to call it, the Donatello saber, it really is. So yeah. And my second positive is the final battle sequence with Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi taking on Darth Maul. That was great. I loved that. That was a great choreographed scene. It was great. I loved it. But the negatives. Let's get into the negatives because I have a lot of negatives. And this is such a shame for me because it's Star Wars. I shouldn't have negatives with this film, but I do. My negatives are the characters. The characters are bland, dull. You don't care about them. Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Listen, I like Ewan McGregor. He's a great actor, but he is so bland. I don't care about him. He's hardly in most of the film. It's mostly Liam Neeson, certain other character. It's mostly them throughout the film. But he's just decent. Natalie Portman's decent as well. She's a great actress as well, but here's the thing. She's dull, boring, and I could care less. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Keira Knightley plays Queen Amidala, if I'm not mistaken, like her double or something. She's decent as well. I mean, she's a great actress too. And of course, we gotta get into these guys. Okay, first let's talk about Jake Lloyd as young Anakin Skywalker. Talk about one of the biggest brats ever. Okay, he is terrible in this movie. He makes me just want... I rolled my eyes so many times when he was on screen. Jake Lloyd is terrible as young Anakin Skywalker. He's just such a brat, and he's so annoying. And then, of course, but he's not half as annoying as this guy, Jar Jar Binks. Who decided to create this character? Who in their right mind was like, oh, this character's great. Let's put him in the movie. Oh my goodness, he's so annoying. Misa wanted to do... I wanted to pull my hair out because of how annoying he is. My goodness, Jar Jar Binks has to be the most annoying character of all time. Oh my goodness, I rolled my eyes. I even groaned when he was on screen. I was like, ugh, because of how bad he was. Oh my goodness, Jar Jar Binks is a terrible character. Thank goodness he doesn't have a big part in any of the next 2 prequels. Thank goodness. But, yeah, my other negative, it's that it's special effects galore. Listen, and plus, the special effects aren't even amazing. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're not. It really isn't. It's sad to think that when your special effects are better in the first 3 original movies than it is in this movie. Like, the 3 original movies' special effects are way better than the ones in here. They're not even special to me. And it's Star Wars. The next negative is that this movie is so underwhelming and so boring. Like, I got up so many times to check what time it is because of how boring this movie was. I almost fell asleep. Not even the action scenes could like wake me up. They were so underwhelming. They really were. I know a lot of people love the pod racing scene, but even those were underwhelming. They really were. It's because the movie is so boring, it does not want you, and just leaves you bored. The writing is terrible with this movie, the dialogue is terrible, the directing is okay with this film. I will admit that George Lucas at least does an alright job of directing this movie. Everything else is just bad about this movie. This movie's not good. So overall, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace is not a good movie. I could not stand this movie. And it's sad because it's Star Wars. I don't want to despise a Star Wars film. I don't. But, I'm sorry. I have to. It's time for my official grade on The Phantom Menace. And my official grade on The Phantom Menace is a D. I'm not going to give it a D- or an F. It's because I liked Liam Neeson and Darth Maul, and I like the final action scene. So, it's going to get a D. That's still not a good grade. I could not stand this movie. So, yeah, it's just bad. So, what do you guys think of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace? Leave it in the comment section below. I'm WWE Fan 599, and we'll see you all tomorrow for my review for Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Peace.